one man who went to Sant Eknath and said, Maharaj, my mind does not stay in God. What should I do? Sant Eknath looked at him from head to foot and foot to head and said, you are talking about keeping the mind in God? What I am concerned about is that you are going to die in 7 days. Remember, some works need to be prioritized beyond our death as well. Because ultimately you're going to leave everything and go away. So in your value system, have you considered that it will all be left behind? One gentleman, he calculated. He said, Swamiji, this is how I have put a value on my time. That the average life expectancy in the United States is 78 years. Now, there are 52 Saturdays in every year. So if I go by the average life expectancy, I can expect to live till 78. That means I will live 4,050 Saturdays. And since I am already 58, the gentleman said, I have now got 20 years left, which means I have got 1,040 Saturdays left. From the 4,050, 3,010 Saturdays are over and I've got 1,040 Saturdays left. So I took a jar and put a big jar and put 1,040 marbles into it. Every Saturday I would take one marble out. That would keep me aware that life is passing by and time is not an inexhaustible resource. And then later on, when he reached 78 and the jar was empty, he then said, now I'm on overtime. And every Saturday that I'm getting henceforth is a gift from God. So when you have that perspective, it changes your value system because you then start prioritizing things that you will take with you as well. Do keep in mind that all else will be left behind. Ramesh and Dinesh, they both studied at UT Austin. And they met after 20 years with their wives in the African safari. They happened to have gone for a holiday together. Now one day they were being taken into the forest with the other tourists and dacoits entered the bus. The dacoits made all the tourists stand in line. And at the point of the gun, they were making them surrender what they had. Fortunately, Ramesh and Dinesh and their wives were right at the end of the line. So Ramesh said, Dinesh, you remember when we were in the hostel? I had borrowed $500 from you? Dinesh said, I do remember. Here, I'm giving it back to you. Because he knows it's going to be looted in 15 minutes. I'm giving it back to you. So, likewise, death is there waiting to take away all we have. What are you going to prioritize in the face of death? Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was once approached by a Brahman in Hastinapur who came requesting for little help for his daughter's marriage. He was asking for charity. And Yudhishthir Maharaj said, all right, you will get it. Come tomorrow. Yudhishthir's brother Bhimsen heard him say that. And Bhimsen instructed the Prime Minister, let there be a celebration in Hastinapur. Now Bhimsen has said it, the Prime Minister told the Commander-in-Chief, there must be a celebration. The Commander-in-Chief instructed the soldiers, they told the citizens, and the celebration began. Yudhishthir, he he noticed the festivities and he wondered what's going on. It is neither Holi nor Diwali. Why are people celebrating? He asked one citizen, what's going on? The citizen said, the soldiers have instructed us. He asked a soldier. They said, the commander-in-chief's order. He went to the commander-in-chief. He said, the Prime Minister instructed me. He then asked the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister said, your brother said it to me. So Yudhishthir went to Bhim and said, why have you ordered a celebration? Bhim said, Bhai Sahab, you have conquered time. Yudhishthir said, conquered time? How is that? You told the Brahman, come tomorrow, I will give to you in charity. You are confident that you will be alive tomorrow. Nobody else in Brahma's creation has that guarantee except for you. Because death can come at any time. And you have confidently told him, come tomorrow. Yudhishthir realized his folly. And he said, you're very right. Call the Brahman. Let me do the good work today itself. So ultimately, this human life is temporary. And that is the reason why Lakshman got this piece of advice. When Ram fatally wounded Ravan, and Ravan was lying on the battleground about to die, Ram said to Lakshman, go and get wisdom from him. Ravan was a great scholar. He had written a commentary on the Vedas. So go and learn from him. Lakshman went and stood by the side of Ravan's head. And Ravan exclaimed, Ram, your brother doesn't know simple etiquette. He wants knowledge from me and he's standing by my head. Lakshman became embarrassed and he went and stood by the feet of Ravan. Ravan then said, Beta, remember 2 words of advice. If ever you are inspired to do something good, don't delay. Because later the opportunity may slip out from your hand. And if ever you get the urge to do something bad, postpone it. It's possible later on your mind might be changed and you may be saved from sin. Beta, learn from me. I had thought one time of building a stairway to heaven, but postponed it. And I thought of kidnapping the mother of the universe, Jagat Janani Sita, and went right ahead and did it. So postpone the bad things and do the right things right away. Remember that time is running away. Chanakya Pandit, he expressed it so well. Sa hanis tan mahat chidram samoha savibhramaha yan muhurtam kshanam vapi vasudevana chintayet. The biggest calamity, the biggest disaster, the biggest tragedy is that moment you wasted away, which you can have utilized in remembrance of your Divine Lord. Naradji in his Bhakti Darshan has stated, Kshanardhamapi vyarthe naneham. Don't waste even a moment. This human life is extremely precious. Even the celestial devatas, they pray. Gayanti deva kilagītakāni dhanyastu ye bharat bhumi bhage. That they should get the human birth. And this human birth that we have received is for a little while. If we remember that, we will not delay. As in the story that some of you have heard from me in the past, of this one man who went to Sant Eknath and said, Maharaj, my mind does not stay in God. What should I do? Sant Eknath looked at him from head to foot and foot to head and said, you are talking about keeping the mind in God? What I am concerned about is that you are going to die in 7 days. That man was almost blown off. Sant Eknath is telling me I am going to die in 7 days. He is a saint. Maybe he's got the Trikal Darshitva Drishti. He can see my future. And he is telling me I have only 7 days left. Arey Maharaj, what is this you've told me? What is the remedy for it? He said, what remedy? This is the time left. Nevertheless, you get free from all your worldly encumbrances and come to me on the 7th day. We'll see what is to be done. Now, when he knew he had just 7 days left, his whole perspective changed. Things that seemed to be important were no longer that important. How does it matter who wins the next presidential election? How does it matter who wins the Ukraine war, etc., etc.? How does it even matter whether the neighbor's car is bigger or my car is bigger? So his mind came to a kind of peace. And on the 7th day, he returned to the saint and said, Maharaj, today is my last day. Please tell me what I can do. Sant Eknath said, is your mind staying in God today? Hari Maharaj, it's running towards God. Sant Eknath said, what's the reason for it? Because your intellect is harboring this knowledge. It could be my last day. So he then explained that my mind stays in God always. Because every day when I wake up in the morning, I think, if today was my last day, what would I do? What would I think? That then is the art of how to live, valuing your time. दो बातन को भूली मत जो चाहसी कल्याण. If you want welfare, don't forget 2 things. Which 2 things? Don't forget God. That everybody knows you're supposed to remember God. He says, Narayan ikmat ko duje Shri Bhagavan. First remember your death, then remember God. Why? Otherwise you'll keep postponing. When the time comes, I'll definitely do bhakti. Those people who say, I'll do bhakti in the future, will never do bhakti. Because when the future comes and you tell them, do bhakti now, they say, I told you I'll do it in the future. The future is always ahead. What is in your hand is the present. This present is the doorway to God. This present is what you need to use.